Live from Studio L in the heart of Broomfield High School, it's Books That Matter with your host, our librarian, also known as Conan the Librarian, Jane Schissel.
Hello and welcome to Books That Matter. Today's guest is Gambardella. Katie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So excited.
Oh my goodness, you have so much. A lot of fans here.
I know. I'm so honored.
That's awesome. Katie, you have become a newly minted assistant principal at Broomfield High School. I mean, you're all official and everything now. So tell us a little bit about that job. What does it entail?
It entails many, many things. So I'm so honored to be here at Broomfield High School. I just accepted to be the permanent one moving forward. I'm really excited. And I'd say every day is something different. I am working with students, working with teachers, helping students, helping teachers, helping with instructional practices and discipline, and just kind of being a support system for everyone around. And before coming to Broomfield, I was an elementary teacher for 19 years, just most recently at Ryan Elementary in Lafayette. So my love of reading stems from my elementary background and getting kids excited about literature and books and becoming avid readers.
All right, well, shout out to Ryan Elementary, and I have to say we're really happy to have you here with us at Broomfield High. You bring a really nice energy.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Great. All right, I'm very excited to talk to Katie about her book selections. Looking at them, I can tell that they are probably a part of your past life on the elementary level, though, you know, certainly apply to adults too. I love that you chose some children's books. So thank you for doing that. And tell me a little bit about the two titles you selected and why you chose them.
Sure. Well, I have a passion for children's books. I think there's such rich literature and kind of have lots of meaning behind them. So it was very difficult to pick some because I have many favorites, but I chose these two. Currently, they sit really well with me and where I am in life. And so the first one was The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. And I mean, I grew up reading Shel Silverstein and all of his poetry, but The Giving Tree is a special one because it has such a deep meaning of a boy who constantly goes back to the tree and asks and asks and asks. And the tree loves the boy so much, so it just never says no and gives the boy whatever he wants. So you see that love, that emotion between the two. And then the boy comes back at the end and the tree says, I have nothing left to give. And the boy ends up just saying, I just need a place to sit. And the tree is very happy just to give his last bit of the boy that he could. So I just love the idea of this constant showing of love by the tree. But also kind of helps us think about, as the boy, are we constantly just taking, and are we also, you know, giving as well? So just a nice thought process. I like to read that to my students, and we'd have good conversations about giving and taking and showing love and how we show love towards others.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the other book I chose was the story of Ferdinand, and it's about Ferdinand the bull. And Ferdinand is a very, very big bull, and he just loves to sit under the tree and smell the flowers, unlike the rest of the bulls who just want to fight and be the toughest bulls that there are. One day, some people take him to do the bullfighting, and he doesn't want to go, but then he sits on a bee, and all of a sudden he is loud, and he is big, and he is scary, and so they take him with him. And when he gets to the bullfighting ring, he just sees all the pretty flowers on the hats of the women there, and he gets very excited, and nothing will happen to make him want to fight. And I chose this book because I think it's really Ferdinand sticking true to himself and not caving into some of that peer pressure of the fighting and doing what everybody wants him to do, and is truly just enjoy sitting under the tree and smelling the flowers. And I think sometimes right now where I am in life, too many times I'm not taking the time to enjoy little things or smelling the flowers or sitting under that tree. So it was a nice reminder to do those things too.
I love that. And I loved that his mom was so supportive and encouraging of him. Was this one that you would discuss with your young students as well?
Absolutely. So I had a list of books that I read at the beginning of the year. And this is absolutely on top of that list. And we talked about how it's okay to do what makes you happy and not need to do what other people want you to do. And so it was a good discussion for students to hear about. And then we revisited, of course, and we talk about, you know, how important it was to listen to Ferdinand and how he was just enjoying smelling his flowers because that made him happy.
That's good. Here's to smelling the flowers.
Smell the flowers.
That's awesome. Love it. Thank you. All right, now it's time for the part of the show I call Ben Booked. And this is when the current guests will mix up the names that are in that bucket. Here's a lot in there. And you're going to, in a moment, select a name and read that off, and that will be the next guest on Books That Matter. So give me just a moment, because I have to get the big book of bookings. And this is where we put all the names, yours is in here, of everyone who has been a guest on the show.
Oh,
So
my
let me get to
goodness.
the right page. It's the hardest part. And now I'm ready. Tell me, Katie, who is going to be the next guest on Books That Matter?
The infamous Mr. Terrence Dunn.
Oh my gosh, Terrence
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
It's a lot of fun. All right. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.